Obama-Trump secret Hawaii meeting erupts into Secret Service standoff, dated December 27, 2016. This is by Sorcha Fall. An interesting Foreign Intelligence Service advisory bulletin prepared for Security Council is reporting that a secret meeting held yesterday between President Barack Obama and President-elect Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner at Marine Corps Base in Hawaii erupted into a scream fest that caused U.S. Secret Service protective agents to intervene before physical violence was caused. According to this bulletin, in what is turning out to be a contentious transition of power between these two American presidents, President-elect Trump this past week dispatched his son-in-law Jared Kushner and daughter Ivanka Trump to Hawaii to hold a number of secret meetings with President Obama and his White House staff on critical issues needed to be made and decided prior to the 20th of January 2017 power transfer of the American government. Among the issues to be discussed in these secret Obama-Trump meetings, this bulletin explains, was President Obama's last-minute attack against America's oil and coal industries, Obama's plan to ease restrictions on weapons supplies to Syrian rebels that Russia has labeled as a hostile act, in parentheses, and most critically, Obama's astounding manipulation of the United Nations to censor Israel for its settlement building, and that now opens the door, enabling President-elect Trump, when he assumes power, to not only defund the United Nations, but cause the Americans to leave this now pointless and ineffectual international organization outright. As President-elect Trump's top negotiator with President Obama in these secret meetings, this bulletin details Jared Kushner, as an Orthodox Jew, is by himself a wealthy man, having a worth estimated at $1.8 billion, and who is widely credited as being the person who got Trump elected, whose nuclear button to evoke his deepest anger revolves around any criticism of his father and convicted felon Charles Kushner, with President Obama being known as the most divisive American leader in modern history. SVR analyst in the bulletin report, he was well aware of Jared Kushner's nuclear button, and during yesterday's secret meeting suggested or implied that his father Charles Kushner might be safer living in Israel if the Trump team didn't like how Obama, was doing his job, thus causing Jared Kushner to erupt in profanity, causing Secret Service agents to approach him in a protective stance. As President-elect Trump will soon have the power to rip Obama's legacy out of its roots, this bulletin notes President Obama, in these secret meetings with Jared Kushner, has not only failed to reach agreement on any of the issues before him objected to by the Trump team, he has actually made things worse for the United States as a whole. In one of the most despicable examples of what President Obama has done against his own nation prior to President-elect Trump's taking office, this bulletin continues, was his instituting a new U.S. rule this past week to cripple that nation's coal industry, and that experts warn will cause the elimination of thousands of jobs across the United States, but will benefit South American nation of Colombia, who last year imported 8.9 million short tons of coal to America, a nation, mind you, that already has the largest coal reserves in the entire world. As to why President Obama has previously sacrificed thousands of American coal miner jobs in the richest coal nation in the world by allowing importation of coal from Colombia, SVR analysts in this bulletin explain, is entirely due to Colombia having sent 800 of its troops to participate in Saudi Arabia's genocide of the Yemeni people, with one of his first acts upon gaining the United States presidency in 2009 being his travel to Saudi Arabia to bow down before its Islamic king. This bulletin further notes, now that he has just weeks from losing power, President Obama is not only rewarding Colombia for its participation of Saudi genocide, he has also attempted to cripple America's oil industry by last week permanently banning oil drilling in millions of acres of ocean water owned by the United States, thus ensuring America will have to continue importing oil, 1 million barrels of oil a day from Saudi Arabia, and whose U.S. dollars they receive. The Saudis, in turn, spend to support barbaric Islamic terrorists. And with President Obama now showing his true allegiance is firmly with Saudi Arabia, not America, by his turning his back on Israel, allowing Saudi-funded ISIS terrorists to have more weapons, putting thousands of United States coal miners out of work so that Saudi ally Colombia can sell more coal and keeping the United States dependent on Saudi oil. This bulletin concludes it is hardly surprising that Jared Kushner stood up to Obama. Rather, it's surprising that no one has before. And that's the end of it. But Jared Kushner has got some spunk, it looks like. Just click below to read this for yourself, and thank you so much.